on, everybody? There are some crazy things happening today on That's How I Roll. Things are changing, things are new, things are exciting, so can't wait to get into this. Stay tuned as we talk End of the Trail. We talk new cars and new reviews, and let's just get into it here on this week's episode of That's How I Roll.
Buckle up. It's time for That's How I Roll with Jeremiah Isley, a podcast about the games we play and the lives we live. That's How I Roll is presented by Theology of Games. Visit theologyofgames.com for the latest in tabletop gaming, news, reviews, and interviews. And now, here's Jeremiah.
Oh my goodness. Do I have so much to share with you guys, and I don't even know where to start. So we're going to do it right here in the intro. How's it going, everybody? Episode 107. 107 is like the number for change, right? Probably not. It's 100. Here we go again. Can't talk today. 107 episodes, and I just got a lot of big things, new things to tell you about. Really interesting things. So, first of all, biggest news of everything. Well, I don't know. Gosh, it's hard to say, but this is really, really big news. I'm switching. Actually, I already have done it. So, I'm switching where the show is going to be hosted. Up until now, the first 106 episodes have been hosted on SoundCloud, and it's been costing me $15 a month, and it's a good service. I have no complaints about it. I just wanted to go a little... I actually did this as a creative thing, not so much a money thing, but I'm going to explain that because I'm switching over. I've already migrated everything, and I'm on Anchor now. So if you've listened to Board Games Daily, you know we do that show via the Anchor app. So that's a different thing. Like, we aren't switching how this show is produced. It will sound the same. It will be the same show. It will just be distributed through Anchor and not SoundCloud. You'll still find it on iTunes, on Stitcher. Now you'll find it on Spotify, which is something that SoundCloud wasn't doing for me, as well as Pocket Casts and TuneIn and all the places that you are normally used to listening to it. It's going to take a little while, so they'll be kind of co-hosted, I guess, on different things. But here's the big deal. Here's the cool thing about this. I can also publish content strictly to Anchor. So that means I'm going to ask you, if you aren't listening on Anchor, head over, download the app. It's anchor.fm. You can check it out. Find That's How I Roll via the Anchor app. And I will as soon as things kind of get, populated and redistributed and all that stuff, I'm going to start dropping little special segments here and there only on Anchor. So it's not going to mess up your numbers of your episodes and things like that. Those don't count. Those are just like extra segments, extra little bonus features for the folks that are listening on Anchor. So if you want to listen to those, you want to get in on that, we'll probably run the feedback loop over there. So we will be able to I remember when we first started the show, I was doing like 2 or 3 episodes a week, and it was great because I would do something, I would ask a question, folks would answer, and then I could answer it within the next day or so. Well, now we're kind of on the weekly schedule, and it makes it harder to do that. But now with Anchor and having these sort of in-between episodes, these 0.1 or, 0.2 episodes, whatever you want to call that, we'll be able to do that again. So I will be able to have more conversations with you, the listeners, and I think it's pretty awesome. Again, just head over to the Anchor app, or you can go to anchor.fm online, find out all about it. It's a free app. You'll be able to download it. You will probably hear that little ad coming up right before the episode, which you can just skip past. No problem. I'm not worried about that stuff. But you can download that, and like I said, you'll get notifications when I publish an episode, which is a regular episode, and then also you'll get the notifications for the bonus content that's on Anchor. So that'll be pretty awesome. You can also still use the TOG hotline 216-352-3864, and I'll be able to communicate and correspond with you much, much better via Anchor and the special stuff that we'll be doing there through that hotline as well. Also, Anchor has a cool little nifty voice message feature. So if you are on Anchor, feel free to use that as well. What else is new? I'm going to tell you what's new. I'm trying something different today with our drive-by review. I'll be talking about End of the Trail today. And I told you guys at the beginning of the year, my goal is to be more entertaining. And that's what I'm trying for here. So it's an experiment. I think it's going to be fun. You'll see. You'll see how it goes when you hear it. When it comes up just a little bit later in the show. But before we get to that, it's time for the word on the street. All right, the word on the street is, I've got a couple things to talk about here on the word on the street. One, if you remember last week, I got into a little car thing and had to go car shopping. Well, I had a great car shopping experience this time around, and I ended up getting a Nissan Rogue. That's right, I am part of the Rogue Squadron. It's a nerd's dream come true. I'm not really. It's a Rogue. It's not like the Star Wars one that was out a few years ago, but it's a very nice vehicle. I really, really like it. It's a Nissan Rogue. It's a 2014. It's a great, great vehicle. We got a killer deal on it, and I'm very, very happy with it. I've been driving it almost, what's today? It's Wednesday. Almost about a week now, a little less, and it's been fantastic. Of course, it's taken some effort to dig myself out of all the snow that we had, which is currently being melted by rain in the mid-40s. It's Ohio, don't ask. That's just how things happen here. And also, let me see. What else is going on? Oh, yeah, I'm in the middle of doing another show with my friends at Magical Theater. We are working on a piece called Harriet Tubman, An American Moses, which is a really cool piece about the life and times and pretty much a biography of Harriet Tubman and how she escaped from slavery and became what they call one of the most famous conductors on the Underground Railroad. Very, very cool, really important story to tell and to know, and really, really excited to work on this. It's a very cool piece for me, sound design wise, because I get to kind of flex my muscles. We're doing some really interesting stuff where everything is just kind of practical. We're not using music to accentuate things. We're using sound. We're using real life sound. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. So in the middle of Tech Week for that, but I did find time to record this episode. So there you go. Excellent, excellent stuff there. And last but not least, I wanted to remind you of our contest. And let's see. I got to get to the right tab here. I wanted to read some more goals for 2019. If you don't know about the contest, where have you been? We've been having a contest this whole month. It's coming to an end very soon. What's today? Today is not readily available from what I'm looking. Oh, it's the 23rd. So we've got just about 8 days left on this contest. It ends at the end of the month, where you can simply use the hashtag anywhere on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or you can go to theologyofgames.com and hit the splash page. There's a little contest page there. It'll show you all the ways that you can enter. And by doing that, you can use the hashtag That's How I Roll podcast, and you will be entered into winning the prize. The grand prize is a copy of Star Realms Frontiers, as well as Hero Realms. So you'll get that nice little prize pack courtesy of our friends at White Wizard Games. And so let's do this. Let's hit 2019 hard. I got to say, I just got back from the gym. I was working out today, which is weird for me. It's been a long time since I've had a gym membership, but I really like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's an important thing to do. I'm making time to make myself feel better and be healthier, and it's a good thing. So I'm sticking with the 2019 thing. We've been playing our 10x5 board games as well. We've got a few bumped up on that. And let's see here. Recently, just shortly ago, Nikita Gavrilov, I really hope I didn't butcher that name too badly, but she says that her goal is to further diversify my games library, which is cool. Some people out there, I have a very diverse games library. I've got a ton of games, and I would say it's pretty diverse. But some people are like, oh, I've got every Catan and every Carcassonne expansion, and that's their library. Yeah, spread your wings a little bit. There's some really great games out there that you might be missing out on, and there's no shortage of opportunity to diversify your game library. James A.B. Barker says, write more, enjoy more, play more. Love it. Love it. I need to write more too. We're trying to boost up our written side of Theology of Games as well, which is hard to do sometimes, but it's coming. We've got lots of written reviews in the queue, so stand by for that. And yeah, enjoy life and play more games, right? Let's see here. Well, let me scroll a little bit. Timothy Frost says, play all of the games on my shelf. That could be a task. I don't know what your shelf looks like, Timothy, but good luck. And let's see. Oh, I like this one. Davor Merrick or Maris, maybe. Again, I own the local butcher shop on names. Says, get more friends into board games. What a wonderful goal for the year. So there's that. There are some goals. There's actually a lot of them posted on one of the pictures that I posted of the contest. So good job on that, folks. Keep those coming in. We'll be announcing a winner in the next, not next episode. Might have to do something kind of in between there because of the schedule. Well, maybe it'll be the right schedule. We'll see. Anyway, as I yammer on. So that's what's going on. That's the word on the street and the life and times of Jeremiah Isley. And what's going on with you? Let me know what you're playing. You can always share your 2019 goals by using the hotline 216-352-3864. And I think it's time to get on to this brand new drive-by review as we take a look at End of the Trail from Elf Creek Games. Hey, I never seen you around these parts before. You must be another one of them gold rushers.
There's gold in them there hills.
Well, it just so happens you've found the end of the trail. That's right. End of the trail, you and your friends can go out prospecting the hills, mountains, canyons, looking for gold.
Gold, I tell you, gold.
Now, this game has a solo variant, but we don't take kindly to folks who can't play well with others, so we're just going to talk about multiplayer rules right now. The game comes with lots of cool components and tiles and meeples and tents and things like that. Now, you may have a deluxe version, but we don't have one around these parts. These tiles that we set up in a grid make up different types of land, like foothills and canyons and mountains. The game plays with a lot of cards. Cards do a lot of things, like buy other cards and let you search the land for gold. And
There's gold in them there hills.
you get to play poker at the end. The game plays over 3 rounds. Now, each round, you're going to have an auction, you're going to go prospecting, and then you're going to do a little bit of gambling. At the end of the game, if you got the best poker hand, you get to stake an extra claim. The other thing you should know is when you go out prospecting, you're going to search through the land for gold.
Gold,
But if you find a land that has less gold than one you already searched, then you've busted out of this turn. Oh yeah, you should watch out for claim jumpers out there too.
Well, shoot! He's over there in our claim, boys! Get him!
So if you find a good claim, you're going to put your camp there so no one else can steal it. At the end of the third round, you're going to count up your gold and see who won. But watch out for bandits. They're always after your gold.
Gold, I tell you! Gold!
Okay, so part of the reason that I'm doing this new format for the games reviews, the drive-by review, whatever you want to call it, is because I've been listening back to some old episodes, and quite honestly, the game descriptions of how to play these games is just boring. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do a little sketch each time, give you guys just kind of a feel for how the game plays and some of the mechanics and some of the key points of how the game works. And then I'll give you my thoughts and we'll move on with our lives. So that's my plan for moving forward. If you guys don't like it, raise up a fuss. I'll go back to the old way, but I think it's more entertaining. I don't think anybody's driving in their car taking notes on how to play the game while I describe them as they listen. So let's be more entertaining. Let's have more fun. Let's be more succinct. And I'll tell you my thoughts on End of the Trail right now. Here we go. So End of the Trail is really, it's fun. I really highlighted the fact that your cards kind of have this triple threat because that is so much what this game is. You really, really have to nail down what is more important. Do I need money because I really don't like the cards that I have so I can win an auction when the next round comes up? Or do I need to go out there and start prospecting and really use these cards for that, or to jump claims? Or am I saving cards? Do I need to use these cards so that they get saved away and have a killer poker hand because I'm not doing so great right now? So that's kind of the main crux of this. There's also this busting mechanism where if you go prospecting and you turn over tiles, you could bust if you turn over one that is less than one that you've already turned over. So the whole game is really kind of a staring match. It's kind of a bluffing thing with the busting and, trying to jump claims and then the gambling and the auctions. So the whole game really just feels like probably the tension that you would expect in 1949, not 1949, 1849, when everybody rushed west and they were trying to get the most gold they could and fulfill the American dream and everything. So it really feels like that because you kind of have to watch all fronts, make sure nobody's trying to pull a fast one on you, and really balance the game yourself without going overboard and losing it. So I really like it. I really like the mechanics of it. I like it's a quick play. The box says it's 1 to 4 players. Again, I haven't checked out the solo mode, but it says it's 20 to 40 minutes, and that seems about right. We played it pretty quickly when I played it the last few times, and there's a lot of cool things that are kind of layered into this game for a 20 to 40 minute game. So it's a really well done game. It's from Elf Creek Games. It's designed by Mike Hinson, and I really recommend it. It's a cool little game. One thing I'll say about the components, they're great. Artwork is fantastic. So it has a slip cover that you put over the box, and it came with these wagon wheels. Now, if I didn't have the massive collection that I had and I had a place to set this out, I would totally attach those wheels and stand it up on end, but I opted not to do that so I could slide it into my collection with the rest of everything else. But it was a cool touch. I really appreciate the effort. But I had to decline to do that with my copy, unfortunately. But again, I will say, End of the Trail, really nice little game. I think you're going to like it. If you like bluffing, if you like pressing your luck, if you like gambling, all of those things are present in this game and really, really well done and balanced. There it is. End of the trail from Elf Creek Games. Okay, hey everybody, that's it. That's another episode of That's How I Roll. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, find us out there on social media at Theology of Games on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also email us by going to theologyofgames.com and clicking the Contact Us tab. And don't forget the hotline, 216-352-3864. Really look forward to hearing from you. Check us out on Anchor. Special content for Anchor listeners only coming very, very soon. And I think that's all I've got for you. Thanks again for tuning in. And until next week, I hope you enjoyed the show, because I'm Jeremiah Isley, and that's how I roll.
Thanks for rolling with us today. That's How I Roll is produced by Jeremiah Isley and brought to you by Theology of Games. If you liked what you heard today, take a minute to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes. Thanks for tuning in, and drive safe.